Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Cambridge Health Alliance Health is Well. My name is Roberta Robinson, and I'm Director of Marketing and Outreach for the Geriatric Division of the Cambridge Health Alliance. And today we have with us, again, Lisa Montuori-Trimble, who is Director of Community Outreach and Health Promotions. And last month we did a show on smoking, and we talked about the risks and everything assorted, the addiction, the behaviors, and everything to do with that. And today we brought Lisa back because there just wasn't enough time to talk about resources that we have available to help folks. So welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be back.
And thank you so much for coming back. So last month we did talk about, and I wanted to make sure that you folks know that even if you've been smoking for 60-odd years, do not please feel like a lost cause, because there are always benefits that are received once you stop smoking. Isn't that right, Lisa?
Absolutely. Quitting smoking at any age is one of the most important things you can do to improve your health. There are benefits to every aspect of every part of your body for quitting smoking, and you'll see those effects.
And your pocketbook.
And your pocketbook.
Not to mention your pocketbook.
So you'll see those effects within, the first day when you quit smoking. You will begin to see changes. In the first week, we notice that people's color improves, their sense of taste and smell starts to come back. Oftentimes, people have more energy, and they may also notice that their breathing starts to improve as well.
Right. So immediately, it's so good to know that there are benefits that happen that quickly for us. So today we're going to talk about why we should stop.
Well, last month we talked a lot about why. So we'll go over a little bit of that today, but I wanted to spend more of our time focusing on how, because most people who smoke don't really want to continue, especially if people have been smoking for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. A lot of the beneficial pleasure parts of smoking have begun to not be as prominent. What people really feel is the negative effects of smoking. For instance, people may see that they have more infections than usual, or they may have mental problems from smoking, or
Go back to the infection part. Does it wear down our immune system?
It does. So smoking contains about 7,000 chemicals and chemical compounds, cigarette smoke, and basically that just makes your body, react in a very intense way. It sets up an inflammatory response throughout your body for your body to protect itself against those onslaught of chemicals. Many of them are carcinogens, they're toxic metals and poison gases in cigarette smoke. So none of those are healthy for your body, and your body knows it. So it really both revs up your immune system and stresses your immune system so that it's harder for your body to do things like fight off infections.
So very interesting.
Yeah, so people who smoke are more prone to things like bronchitis and pneumonias, and
asthmas and everything.
Asthma, yes, smoking can trigger asthma attacks, both in people who smoke and people who just are around secondhand smoke as well.
We could talk about that. Breathing is not overrated.
Right, that's right. Breathing is really important.
Breathing is important. And to be able to do it easily and effortlessly is the goal.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So what next do we have to talk about?
So let's say you want to quit smoking. About 50 to 60% of smokers every year make a quit attempt. They try. So most smokers do want to quit, but I think they're not really clear how to do it, or they may have tried many times before and feel like they're not successful. So people can become kind of demoralized by that. So
Give up.
Right.
Give up. Yeah.
So we've learned a lot from working with hundreds of smokers about what works best for people. And for those of you in the audience who aren't smokers, this also is helpful if you're trying to do any kind of positive health behavior change in your life.
That's good. So we can relate it to anything.
want to quit. Um, Quitting smoking is hard for a lot of people. They say it's one of the hardest things they've ever done, even though they do it very successfully. About half the people who've ever smoked in the country have quit and quit for good. But the important thing is what we do when we work with smokers is we often suggest that they make a list of reasons of why they want to quit. Okay. So I don't know, do you have thoughts about, from your experience working with smokers or knowing smokers, what are some of the reasons people might want to quit?
Well, some of the reasons is we want to breathe better, right? We want to feel better. And, you know, it depends on the financial. Some of it is, you know, one of those reasons is to save money as well.
That's really important. So I think those are two of the most common reasons why people say they want to quit smoking. One is for their health, and it's really important when you say, I want to quit for my health, to be specific, like you were. I want to breathe better, or I want to be able, some people have told me I wanted to quit smoking because they wanted to play with their grandchildren so they have more energy. We've had other people
and also maybe to be there for their grandchildren.
Be there for their grandchildren, right? So there's the immediate what you can do now, and it's also being able to live a longer life, and a longer life without disability.
Yes, that's the important thing. We are living longer these days, but we want to live better.
Right. So being clear and making a list of that, you might draw some pictures or have some images that you can put out to really help motivate you to take the next steps to quit. The other reason that you mentioned that is really important for people is the cost of smoking. And actually, we have a little visual. I'll show the screen. That's fine. So a lot of people don't realize, I mean, they know they're spending a lot of money on cigarettes, but when they add it up, this is it for somebody who smokes a pack a day at about $9 a pack, which is maybe even low, $9 to $10 a pack. Basically, in a week, people spend $60, and that adds up over a month and a year to over $3,000 a year.
Wow.
So that's pretty motivating. And the other thing is that people will also save money because their health will improve, and so they'll pay less doctor's visits.
Right. Co-pays and so on.
And there's a lot of other benefits. Less dental bills, because smoking also has a big effect on people's dental health.
Nicotine it does, or one of those 7,000.
The 7,000 chemicals, and also the effect on circulation. So what we have people also to think about, what would you do with that money?
We don't often think about, when we think about circulatory problems, we don't often think about the mouth.
That's right.
I don't think we ever think about the mouth. We think about the heart, we think about the legs and the feet, because we get the swelling and we get the neuropathies and we get things like that for circulation. But I don't think we do think about the mouth, and I think that's an important point there.
Right. Very important. So what we talk about, what we suggest people do is think about specifically, if you have $60 extra every week, $3,000 in a year, what would you do with that money? For a lot of people, that's a big money. Also in terms of people's health, a lot of people could do things for their health, like they could join a gym, or they could take some classes, like a yoga class. So added health benefits just from saving that money.
Actually, a number of different things. You know, for yoga, you don't necessarily have to twist yourself into a pretzel. There are a number of different styles of yoga that are more gentle for the more mature audience, shall we say.
So, other reasons why people they want to be a role model for their kids or grandchildren. That's really important. Or they just want to be free of addiction, because nicotine really ties people down in so many different ways. It dictates a lot of the choices that they make in their lives. And also, it's more and more.
Want to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, I'm looking outside the studio right now, and it's pretty cold and it's snowing. And, for people, maybe 11 o'clock at night, you want to stay inside and be warm. But let's say you run out of cigarettes. If you're addicted to cigarettes, you're going to go outside and buy them, right? That's not their own personal reasons for quitting. So it's important, if you smoke, to know what those are and to really tell somebody about them and to make those accountable. That's right.
Accountable for that.
So the next thing is how. So you know why.
Right.
You know why. So how do you do that? And I have actually another visual that we could show. It's the one of the sports team, not that one. The next one. I'm sorry. That's okay. About that. So this has I can show this right now. So this has a nice slogan on it. It says, "Tobacco users don't plan to fail; they fail to plan." So if you think about quitting smoking, is really like playing the championship game. There's a hockey game there, right? And if you think about what it takes to actually win, we talked about this I think last month. What would you say? What does it take to win a championship game?
It would take teamwork, and planning. You have to know what you're doing,
right?
Hopefully, right. Let's flip this back again. Strategy. Strategies. You have to know your opponent, and people practice too, right? They don't go out, never having played hockey before. Right. They're going to win the first time. Right. So quitting smoking takes a lot of planning. It takes some self-knowledge and learning about yourself and your habits and your needs, your social relationships, knowing about your emotional life. And then it also takes practicing strategies and trying things out to know what works for you. That's important. Everyone will have an individualized plan. Not every plan works for everybody. That's an important thing to know, I think. That's right. So, quit smoking, there's really two important parts of that plan. The first one is to deal with the physical part of the addiction to nicotine. And the second part of that plan needs to focus and understand the other components of addiction to nicotine, which is really the habit and the social and emotional parts of smoking. So let's talk about the first one, which is the physical part of nicotine. So one of those chemical compounds that we talked about is in cigarette smoke is nicotine. And nicotine is a very highly addictive drug. I think we talked about that last month more, but it reaches the brain in about 11 seconds when you smoke. And it basically, your brain, everyone's brain has receptors or little states where the nicotine sits on the brain and triggers the brain to do things, mostly to release a substance called dopamine, which has, gives people a real intense feeling of pleasure. If somebody smokes, they start to develop millions of those receptors in the brain. And basically, those receptors mean that the brain and the whole nervous system needs nicotine to feel normal. So when people don't have nicotine, for instance, if they quit cold turkey, it starts to trigger a lot of withdrawal symptoms. I heard about withdrawal, irritability, anxiety, cravings to smoke, physical shakes or tremors. It can do that. People just aren't very nice to be around. That's the reason. And it doesn't feel very good, I would imagine. Right. If people quit without a plan to deal with that, that's why they often don't last a day. Because those are very intense feelings, especially if people have been smoking for 20 and 30 years. So one of the things that you can do for that is to use medicines to help quit. We have things like patch. So there's two kinds of medicine. One are nicotine replacement products, which are basically nicotine without the cigarette smoke. And they're in the form of a patch or gum or a lozenge. People basically use those to taper down on nicotine to allow those receptors over time to go back to their normal level. The other kinds are some prescription medicine, which are Chantix and Wellbutrin or Zyban, which do some other things to really alleviate the withdrawal symptoms that people experience when they quit smoking. What about that e-cigarette that fit into that?
So e-cigarette is liquid nicotine that's vaporized with using some other chemicals and heated with a little electric battery, and it produces a vapor, and it's basically a hit of nicotine in a vaporized format. I think we are not really clear. There are other chemicals that produce the vapor in the e-cigarettes. Not clear whether those are safe. And I don't think the research to date has really shown that they're any more effective than the other. If you're using them to quit smoking, a lot of people use them just to use nicotine. But if you're using them to quit smoking, I'm not sure the research shows that they're any more beneficial than the current medicines that we have, which we do know are safe.
Okay, well that's good to know because I know that they promote it.
That's right.
Right now, so that's good for us to know.
Well, they're being heavily marketed by the tobacco companies and e-cigarette companies.
You are right.
Right.
For good reason. Right.
So I just want to say a couple other things about medicines, that it's important that people know medicines are not a magic bullet. They don't make it doesn't make you quit smoking if you take medicine. You really need it as part of another plan. And also, it's important to use your doctor's support, because your doctor can prescribe you these medicines, or your pharmacist or nurse can teach you how to use the medicines properly. That's really important. Some people find they're not effective just because they don't know how to use them effectively.
So it's important. You need to have a support system.
That's right.
Whether it's your medical team as well as
Family and friends and other non-smokers,
right,
can be really helpful. So that we talked about, I actually have another little visual. You flip forward one, I think.
Okay. We can find it right there. This is the one. Let me just show it to you.
So we talked about the physical part of dealing with tobacco dependence. The second is the habit part. And so one of the things that nicotine does is it really enhances learning patterns in the brain, so that smoking begins to be associated with all sorts of other activities. For instance, people smoke when they drink coffee, or they eat a meal, or they go outside, or they take a break. And so smoking becomes associated with all those different activities. Also, people will often use tobacco or smoking when they have different emotions, like if they're angry or happy or sad or anxious, or they may use tobacco, cigarette smokes in social situations or when they're alone. So those are all called triggers, and those make people crave cigarettes. So your mind begins to associate when you drink coffee, you automatically want to have a cigarette. So to quit smoking, you have to know what those triggers are, and you have to start to develop some strategies to do those things without smoking.
I know I've heard that, thank heaven, it was not ever one of my addictions, so that was great. I didn't have to give up smoking. I never got into it, which is a good thing. But I know some people say that, as soon as they hit the floor in the morning, they have to have a cigarette. Right. So, so to maybe change things around a little bit.
Yeah, so there's two ways to deal with triggers. One is to avoid them. For instance, if one of your triggers is going to a certain store where you buy cigarettes, one of the things we suggest people do is to actually avoid that store. So when they're getting prepared to quit smoking, we have them buy their cigarettes at another store, because it doesn't have the same associations with the habit to smoke. Or if people always associate, like if there's certain friends that you have or places where you always smoke, you can avoid those, especially as you're starting to quit. The other thing is to develop new habits or associations in place of the smoking habit. So, for instance, managing stress. Everybody needs to manage stress, right?
Sure.
So if you're learning to do, if you're quitting smoking, you have to learn to do that without smoking. So it's also important. You might want to. There's a lot of things like using your hands. We do things balls, and this is a cinnamon stick that people can chew on or keep their hands busy.
It gives the mouth and the hand something to do, but it's not tied into the cigarette.
Absolutely right. Another thing that's really helpful is something called the 4Ds, which actually are useful for any kind of cravings. When somebody has a craving for anything, whether it's a cigarette or a chocolate sundae, those cravings usually pass within 3 to 5 minutes if you don't go for it. So the 4Ds are strategies of what you can do with those cravings. So the first D is to delay. Just don't do it. Just say, I'm not going to do it. You can count to 10 or 100 or do something else. Like the second D is to distract yourself. So it may be to listen to some music, go for a walk, or exercise. Right.
Right.
So that's the second D, distract yourself. We've had people do puzzles or use the computer, all sorts of things like that. The third D is to deep breathe. And, a lot of people, for them, smoking is like taking a break, taking some deep breaths. That's really good. You can do it without using a cigarette. And just relax yourself and focus your mind and avoid the craving at that point. And the fourth D is to drink water. Water is very important to general health, and when you're trying to quit smoking, it helps get a lot of the toxins we talked about that are in the system out of your body. And
We no matter what we're talking about, we're not always pushing water.
Right.
Right. We always go back to that, and my folks know that, we're always talking about water.
Right.
Yeah. So good for us.
It is. It's very good for us.
So the 4Gs: delay, distract, deep breathe. How can I forget that one?
And drink water.
Okay.
And if you're using drinking water for smoking, you can also try drinking through a straw. That also uses your mouth in a way that's similar to smoking, but giving you a different sensation. Making that habit or creating new habits and new sensations. Take the place of smoking.
Good. Okay. So we're learning the how to.
Right. And so I think the last aspect of that, so once you know what some of your triggers are, then you can start to develop some strategies. Let's say, I smoke every time at the end of a meal. So thinking of what else could you do to instead of smoking. So it might be, for instance, some people will get up immediately and do the dishes, or they'll go brush their teeth, or they'll go leave the table and take a walk. So then, even before you quit, you can start to practice that and start delaying, making smoking less habitual and more inconvenient, more conscious, so it's not just an unconscious habit. So practicing that is really important for the next step. And once you start, that also improves people's confidence that they can really do this. If you can delay cigarettes, cut back, not smoke too many places, for instance, only smoke in one room, or even better yet, only smoke outside, not smoke in your car. Start to restrict where you smoke. You'll start to develop new habits, and then you can really build those into a quit plan, which would include having a specific date and really a plan for what you're going to do in that first week, how you're going to use your medicines that you learned about, what strategies you're going to practice, how you're going to keep busy, how you're going to use your supports, and that will really make you more successful to get through those early stages of withdrawal, and then learn how to build a really smoke-free life. You can do all sorts of new things with that extra money that you have and new things you're learning.
Energy that you might have, or breath that you might have, right?
Absolutely.
So I just had a thought, and I think I lost it. Oh, so when is there a usual time that people go through withdrawal? Like, is it, like, cravings of 3 to 5 minutes? So
like people who smoke, I said, have millions of receptors for nicotine in their brain. It will take weeks to a few months for those to return to normal levels. But it's important to note that in somebody who's a former smoker, those receptors are always primed for nicotine. So that's why people can not smoke for like 7 years and pick up a cigarette and their addiction comes back. So it's important also when people quit to have a good relapse prevention plan. Like if you start smoking again, get right back into the plan to quit. Most people, it takes multiple attempts to quit smoking. It's not, and each time they do it, they learn. Right. And so to not feel demoralized or bad about that, just get back and keep trying. Right. Research shows that the more attempts you make and the more you learn